Thokozani bazalwane, I'm now doing this live for a second time because I don't know by battery or what's the situation, but I spoke for a whole hour and wow, yavele ya lona has deleted somehow. But anyway, shooting I was meant to do this for a second time. Thokozani bazalwane, ngiyathemba ukuthi niyaphila kuhle kumhlophe. Alright, so basically I was meant to go phahla emanzini and show you guys the correct way of phahla. Alright, but then my spirit just isn't allowing it. It's something I need to keep for a smaller group. And ngenzisa under like a smaller group and teach abantu bekhona bakwazi ukubona ukuthi kwenziwa kanje and do it for a healer's retreat. So before I start, right, I'm just going to brief you guys because of my message, and some people ask me like the same kind of questions and so forth and so forth. So ngifuna ukukhona ukuthi answer some of those things now and then get into the video. I will save this live. I'm gonna make sure this live is saved, and so I'm also gonna put it on YouTube. So for the people that are gonna watch it on YouTube, please guys subscribe to my channel, subscribe so I can continue making great content and be able to, upload more videos for you guys that ezokwazi ukuthi nilekelele kwizinto ezinhlukumezayo and enfuna ulwazi ngazo ngesimo sethongo, right? Ngesimo sasedlozini. So please do subscribe, and comments, I welcome them. I'm a firm believer ukuthi wonke umuntu ufana aphenduleke njoba I'm the person that is putting the information there. When you have questions about the information I'm putting, I need to respond to you. So I make sure whether it's Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, nginiphendula nonke. Sometimes I have amatwasa that will call me or itwasa hlambe nenkinga it will angifonela ngo1 ekseni ngiliphendula ucingo, and now I'm up. So I go through all the messages and I respond to everybody. And I make sure ukuthi information leni funayo ngiyanikeza yona. Right? So please, I welcome comments. I welcome suggestions of things that you want to know more about and so forth and so on. Okay, but back to this healer's retreat, right? It's something I created based on izimo esengihlangabezana nazo. Inkinga engayithola nami ngahlangabezana nazo ethongweni ophehlweni, inkinga ngibona abanye abantu beconsulta nami ngazo, especially with regards to my relationships. Yabo ukuthi menithandana nabantu abanabantu abadala, nabantu abathwasayo noma abathwasile, abaneDlozi, abanethunywa, like how to navigate around that so that ukwazi ukuthi uhloniphe umnyanga bakho or uhloniphe isimo sakho sethongo, isimo sakho sabadala, and also live and have a healthy, happy relationship, and also intimacy. Okay, sex, ukuthi like how does it work? How can you partake in sex but also ungahlehlisi idlozi, right? Ungenzi idlozi lidinwe, yabo. So those kind of things, and also in terms of umsamo, because uthola ukuthi ngilapha abantu and uthola ukuthi umuntu uneyinkinga nje, and yabo inkinga zasekhaya zithinta indaba zomsamo, yena akwazi ukuthi abe nomsamo clean ogezekile nje, a variety of stuff, and also sikwazi ukuthi sikhalisane, like sometimes umoya udinga ukuheala just by having a conversation, ukuxoxa nabantu abazoyi understand inkinga yakho, abazokhona ukuthi bakulekelele kwinkinga yakho. And it's like therapy for umoya, for the spirit. So ukwazi ukuthi sometimes ukuthola ukulapheka just by ukwazi ukuthi ukhulule inhliziyo, ukhulule umoya wakho, ukhulume ongaphakathi kwakho ukuze izinto zakho zikwazi ukuthi zibuyele esimeni. Sometimes that's all we need, and not that isidinga ukuthi siloke sidle imithi, ayibona. Sometimes you just need ukuthi ukhulume nomuntu ozo understanda isimo sakho nenkinga zakho zasethongweni. And to be around abantu that have gone through the same things or similar things, and it's an environment that is peaceful, of no judgment. It's gonna be literally 3 days. Book accommodation. If you guys like are a couple, please, I love to have couples as well, because then you guys are getting the information together and are going through the journey together. Because ngiyakholela ukuthi kutheni izinto zedlozi, like mhlambe for example mina nomkhonyana wami, right, when I was ngithwasa ngenza izinto, he was also affected by it. Yabona into nayo lezi zinto bezimthinta. So ngiyathanda ukuthi kutheni, because now he was affected, when we go through lezi zinto lezi, we go through them together. So ube nayo umuntu wakho, yabo, nikwazi ukuthi nikhona ukuthola information, nibuze, because at the end of the day you're in it together, right? So iyayikhulisa na relationship leyo nto leyo. And nje, if you guys are friends, like you have a friend and going through this and you want to understand it and so forth, like guys, wazani, like literally the maximum I'll be able to take is 26 people. So it's limited to 26 people. Uyakhona ukuthi wenze a payment arrangement nikhokha kancane kancane, because the first one is in February. Right, the first weekend of February. So make you guys are making a payment arrangement. Asifuna abantu ama budgets siyazi ukuthi awafani, so kwazi ukuthi ke uyikhokhela kancane kancane into uzuzuyiqede, and then come have a great time in KZN. For those that will be coming out of KZN, we can fetch certain people from the airport, but you would have to inquire further about that. But yeah, that's just the basic of it. And then to wrap up on the Sunday, because these are Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. When we wrap up in all the activities for Sunday, then they'll have time to have a one-on-one session with me. Nikhulume zonke izinto that you guys couldn't communicate during the group session, nokuhlaziya amaphupho ahluphayo, and so forth and so forth. So it's going to be an impactful weekend. Kuzokhuliswana. I welcome abantu abasebethwasile, abayizangoma, abayizinyanga, and nje sikwazi ukuthi si connect and share information from different backgrounds. Because asithwasanga ngokufana, we went through different things at different stages. Amadlozi awafani. So all of that, I welcome. Sikwazi ukuthi si create i-environment evuthayo, and ezokwazi ukuthi ijabulise wonke umuntu, sikwazi ukuthi sikhulisane, sikhalisane, sifundisane, kube kuhle, right? Yeah, so that's just about the healers retreat, and hopefully I was able to answer some of the stuff that you wanted to understand further about it. Yeah, but anything else, you can continue to DM me and so forth and so forth. Now, to get into the topic, ne, ukuphahla. I've seen a lot, and nami I do some of my research when it comes to these things, because abantu that I found engbalaphayo, and I'm doing this video again, so please don't worry if I'm repeating myself, because I know there were people that watched the first one, but manja, I need to save the video, so I'm doing it again. All right, so I do my research when it comes to these things. Culturally, sihlanganaphi, right? Where do we meet each other when we come from different backgrounds? Because I'm finding myself healing and ngilapha abantu that are Xhosa, nginethwasa elumxhosa, nginethwasa elumsuthu, nginethwasa edzongeni elumswati. So I'm finding myself healing a variety of people that come from different backgrounds. Uthola ukuthi umuntu umsuthu, umXhosa, umpedi, umtsonga, umswati, yabo. So ama backgrounds ahlukene, and there's certain things that are gonna be culturally based. So ngiyengizama ukuthi njoba ngizokhuluma indaba yokuphahla, I had to find ukuthi where do we meet each other, so that ezinye izinto ngi-understand ukuthi there's exceptions to them, and also to basically understand ukuthi khona izinto ekuzohluka based on your cultural background. All right, so to get into it, ne, by the way, nginomoya heavy la mkababa. Here's the thing, when I tell abantu mabephahla bayathanda ukuthi because imphepho is part of it, umuntu ashisana nempepho. Bazalwane, imphepho is a no, right? If ungathwasile or ungathwasi, because imphepho umuntu othwasile, umuntu othwasayo, right? And usuke mokuthi awazi umsamo musu kuthinta imphepho, unless a healer has specifically said ungayishisa imphepho, do not ushisa imphepho, because usuke uinvita izinto eziningi mophahla ushisa imphepho, and umsamo usuke ungawazi wasekhaya ukuthi kanjani, because khona abantu abanemsamo ephansi phezulu, khona abantu abanemsamo egangiwe ngazo, ogangiwe ngawo, khona abantu abanemsamo uthola ukuthi abantu bathwele ilwane, so now those things are affecting umsamo, right? So ukushisa imphepho is a no. Khona abantu uthola ukuthi abanye fanele bashisa imphepho kodwa iDlozi abalithandi, so imphepho ngezizivuthe kahle, ngezikhulume kahle, ngezifike kahle, kuyoba ngathi uyadlala basically. All right, so khona abanye abantu imphepho ingabathandi because of mina ungangenza slim, amakhosithanda ungangenza slim mina, right? But iDlozi liyalazi ngaphakathi lakho. I did a video a while back ngichaza ukuthi like khona abantu abafike kumina saying they already know, oh mina nginesithunya, but when you say that uthi wena as if awunalo iDlozi, uyacindezela iDlozi lakho, because you almost saying ukuthi the iDlozi elikhona into engekho, because forgetting the fact ukuthi asifani mesabantu. Some of us ithunywa zethu zingaphambili or more dominant, yabo, zona eziphethe kakhulu umsebenzi wethu as healers. Uthola ukuthi isithunywa singaphambili, si fast, right? Then iDlozi lakho lenza kancane, because sometimes, especially for abantu abanogogo tends to iDlozi lakho lihambe at a pace, yebo. Kodwa umntwana when they in danger iDlozi liphakama, right? But umntwana me right iDlozi liphinde libe lenze kancane, lihambe kahle. Ogogo isikhathi esiningi that do that. I don't know why, angazi noma ngoba izalukwazi, yabo, izalukwazi ukuthi zi-emotionally zenze izinto ngendlela yazo, yabo, but izalukwazi. And I know and I understand this as well, because umkhwenyana wami unogogo, and this is him eDlozini, this is him. Kodwa mewaphuza ubhiya noma mewaphuza ugoloko, lalela ula iDlozi lakhe, ne? Kodwa mengaphuzile liyancenga. So you need to understand that ungacindezeli iDlozi lakho by saying such things, or anginalo iDlozi. No, linda ukubona ukuthi umuntu okusizayo uliphakamisa kanjani. Okay, when it comes to drinking imphepho kahle moyiphuza, ne, ihlanganisa iDlozi nesithunywa. It's actually a way, because kufana no khamba lami, mina mengenza ukhamba lesithunywa, it actually includes imphepho, so you ingest it. iDlozi nesithunywa siyahlangana lapho mokuthi uyayi-ingesta, so right, iphuzeni imphepho ayinankinga. Imphepho nje moyiphuza liyaphakama iDlozi, surprisingly enough. Liyaphakama, uphuphe and so forth, because it's like you creating isiwasho but through imphepho. So because imphepho nayo more imixe namanzi uyibilise namanzi or ulona ya ugcobile ulona uyenza umuthi uyifaka kwamanzi, it does become isiwasho. Yayibona nto. So ayinankinga, phuza away, right? Mina ngikhuluma ngokushisa imphepho. Ukushisa imphepho is a problem because abantu abaningi abawazi umsamo wabo. And also mekuthi awuthwasile, like abadala have not yet expressed ukuthi bakhona in your life, umuntu nje normal, right? And uzoshisana nempepho, no, wrong. Umuntu wesifazane, another thing, akayishisa impepho if you just a normal person. Umuntu wesifazane ayishisa impepho. Umuntu wesifazane, by law of mina, how I know, Nguni tribes nje, yabo, so abaXhosa, abaSwati and so forth, from what I know, umuntu wesifazane akayishisa impepho. But there are certain clans that mekuthi, for example, isalukwazi salapho, like uGogo wakho osesele ekhaya, uGogo uyayishisa impepho, depending on arrangements that were made, uyayibona nto ekhaya, uyayibona nto, or uGogo kuyena osephethe ikhaya lonke, then the exceptions like that, but ijulile leyo nto, and angifuni ukuthi singene kuyona for now. Because background indaba zempepho and women and certain men and so forth, that thing is tricky. So angakafuni ukuthi singene kuyona. But even nabantu besilisa, for example, umkhwenyana wami is a younger brother. Una ubhuti omdala kunaye. Yabo? Umkhwenyana wami akayena umuntu olaphayo, akayena umuntu onabadala, ngaba kayishisa impepho. Because unayo ubhuti omdala kunaye, inkosana yasekhaya, right? Inkosana yasekhaya khona, so yona efanele ishisa impepho. But because ubaba usaphila, kwalo nkosana ayikwazi ukushisa impepho because ubaba usakhona emhlabeni, and ubaba usanamandla ukushisa impepho. Yebo le nto, ubaba usa right, usasebenza, usa fresh, so uyayishisa impepho ubaba. So there are rules like that to bear in mind. So ngiyangitshela abantu mengibala put stay away from imphepho, sebenzisa amakhandlela, because amakhandlela can accommodate certain elements when it comes to amadlozi. All right. So when it comes to phahla, the first version, right? Ikhandlela eliyelo, ikhandlela elimhlophe, right? Uthatha ikhandlela yelo elimhlophe ube namanzi kwindishi, right? Indishi encane nje ekahle indishi, and then ube namanzi asenkomishini. Okay, what you do is uyahlambulula, uyogeza ngesiqungwa, ugcoba isiqungu, ugeza ngesiqungu, right? Masuqedile ugeza ngesiqungwa, then uyakhulekela amakhandlela akho uwathandazele. Masuqeda ukuthandazela amakhandlela akho, uthandazela amanzi la sendishini, and uthandazela amanzi lawa ase enkomishini, right? Masu wakhulekelele, right? Ebusuku ngaphambi kokuthi uthandaze, qala uphuza amanzi akho lawa athandazelwe, ingest it ukuthi akwazi ukuklina ngaphakathi. Ukha amanzi lawa sendishini uyogeza ubuso, ne? Bese uyawalayitha lamakhandlela, uyakhuleka. Ukhuleka before ulale, ukhuleke ngo-3 ekseni. Isikhathi sedlozi, isikhathi samathongo, isikhathi semoya is 3 in the morning. So ukhuleka ngaleso sikhathi leso. All right. And then again, that is your everyday process. Lize liphele ikhandlela, uphahla that way. Awulali nomuntu umekuthi uzophahla, right? Udinga uma uphahla fanele ube umuntu ogezekile, ungathi ukuthi you had sex today, uyaphahla today. It doesn't work like that. Yebo, uphahla free from intimacy, right? Masuqedile, and you do it, try and do it for 7 days straight. And then you get masuqedile for 7 days, you can do your things, right? And when you've done your things, intimacy and whatever, uyazi ukuthi ufuna ukuphindela ekuphahleni, then uphinde ugeza ngesiqunga, and then you go and you do the process as per usual, uphahle. Before ulale, nango 3 ekseni. And that's the first way, ukuphahla. Now let me answer this question. So basically, one shouldn't burn imphepho while emafleting, even if you have people. Okay, I'm not sure ukuthi uchaza kanjani, but akunankinga ukushisa imphepho efleting, right? Ma umuntu onabadala akunankinga. But the problem that it tends to be tricky, mozoshisa imphepho ungasazi isimo sakho sasemsamo ukuthi because moshisa imphepho, right, ungathwasile, unganalutho, usungasazi isimo sasemsamo, and you need to know from either ekuhloleni or nje, basically ukuhlola, actually the best way, ekuhloleni isimo sasekhaya sasemsamo ukuthi sinjani before ushisa imphepho, because imphepho can actually bring you more problems than it solves if ushisa not understanding izinto ezenzakalayo emsamo ekhaya. Because mongathwasile usuke ushisela amandiki namandawo, and amandiki namandawo amadlozi asekhaya, the family ancestors, not iDlozi lakho specifically, it's the family ancestors. And unfortunately, you need the family ancestors. Ibona kakhulu abakugadayo intweni, abakuvikelayo, abakulethela inhlanhla before udile neDlozi lakho specifically. Ibona nje into eziningi abakwenzela zona. So there's no problem ukuthi usefletini ushisa imphepho. The problem is ukushisa imphepho not understanding isimo sakho sasemsamo ukuthi ekhaya umsamo wakhona unjani within the family. Yabolento, because abantu abagangayo, abantu mekuthi khona abantu abathakathayo or abantu abanezilwane or whatever, it affects umsamo, because that means ukuthi kungcoliswa ithongo. Okay. So yeah, that's the first way phahla. And realize as well, men phahla ne always nifike nihloniphisile, nithobile, which means ukuthi uyathwala ekhanda, uyashuqula, and ufaka into emahlombe. So whether indwangu emhlophe yabo leyo nto or nje iscarf khona le cafe ezinkulu, then uyamboza uhloniphisa amahlombe, whether you isingisi whether you're a guy or a girl, uyahloniphisa enhloko, uyahloniphisa ehlombe, because that's where your ancestors abaqhogela khona kakhulu, and you need to respect them accordingly. Can you use inte if you don't have isiqunga? You can use inte lezi, but inte number 1 shovala isiqunga, because isiqunga sokudila vele nezithunzi nemoya nanani, that's done as an exchange of intimacy, nokuhamba magceka abantu and so forth and so forth. So iyahlehlisa lezo zinto, so iyona number 1. Alright, so hloniphisa enhloko, hloniphisa amahlombe. If labantu ababathandazi abanamajazi and so forth, you can wear ijazi lakho lase ecaweni, lase sontweni, lase enkonzweni, yayibonto. If uno jazz, so you can wear that and yahloniphisa leyo nto, and then thwale ekhanda, hloniphe ekhanda. And then midnight prayers, let me explain that. Midnight prayers it's not necessarily ukuthi nono or isithuna. Isikhathi sokuthandaza is depending on what's going on, right? What I usually do when I arrange my prayer sessions, right? 4 days uthandaza, because for uthandaza is 7 days standard straight. 4 days uthandaza before ulala, right? And then bese uthandaza uvuka ekseni ngo-3, right? And then what you can also do, after the 4 days, the remaining 3 days uthandaza go midnight. So uthandaza before ulale and uthandaza midnight, or even if ungathandazanga before ulale, uthandaza midnight, uthandaza ngo-3 ekseni. So that's how that usually works. Because abadala bethu abafani, there's certain things you want to accommodate. It's like mina mengenzi iladi lo muntu, there are certain things engiyishiyayo for a day or 2 days or 3 days emsamo, ngenzela ukuthi khona abantu njengoba ngisho izalukwazi ne ziyaperform, izalukwazi they're slow, bamba kancane, benza izinto at their own pace. Anqeni kube khona ithongo elifika like a day after wenza iladi, bese lifika emsamo akho kudla, akho siphuza, akho umqombothi, akho lutho, bese lithi bengibizwelana. Lapho uthola ukuthi leso salukwazi isona esikulethela inhlanhla. So I always, mina mengenza iladi nje, I leave things for the umqombothi nje uhlala a whole week, yabo. And if usabila nje uyawuhlala 2 weeks emsamo, uyabona nto. Ugoloko nje mina uyahlala undendende, yabo. Ngenzela ukuthi kungakhona umuntu ozofika ethi ulambile, yabo. I leave ama-fruit nani for 2 days. I leave it emsamo. Ngenzelani abantu laba benza abahamba kancane ukuthi bakwazi ukuthi babe accommodated, bafice something emsamo, bashelwe something, ingabe ukuthi hawu sekuqedile ukudla njalo, sekuqedile utshwala njalo, sekuqedile into ethile, mina ngisatholanga, akushiye kanjalo isalukwazi. Kanti leso salukwazi sibalekile esimini sakho sempilo sethongo. Is a using period of it because people both, but one should not use these things too much, adverse effects. Ayikho leyo nto. Isiqunga nje, mina isiqunga whenever ade ngi-intimate nomkhonyana wami siyageza. So if we're intimate the whole week, this week, every single time we're intimate sigeza ngaso. If kuneyithunzi, like for example ukuya emngcwabeni kubuye kulethe ithunzi, geza ngisiqunga. So isiqunga, that's why it's the most efficient. It's the most efficient and isona esingakuhlukumezi. Isiqunga isona right. That's why ngisho ukuthi like there's nothing better than isiqunga. Ngiyabona. Angiphathi ke mozosimixa noma oneswash hawu. Yabo finish uthula msindo loyo. So no, there's no such thing. Isiqunga nje is basic. It's right. Anyway, that was the first way to phahla, ne? The second way yokuphahla is ufike uthola amakhandlela awu7, right? Thola amakhandlela awu7. Make sure you have all the colors, all of them, yabo. Uzo emanzini, for example, mawuvamisa ukuthi uphuphe isiziba kakhulu, that means abantu bakho predominantly isikhathi esiningi baqoqane esizibeni. If uphupha ulwandle kakhulu, that means ukuthi predominantly abantu bakho baqoqane elwandle. If uphupha umfula, then that means ukuthi predominantly abantu bakho bahlala emfuleni. Mawuphupha impophoma and so forth, yayibona. Thola amakhandlela awu7. Wonke ama-colors, right? Ibane lezo. Thola ibane. And then ube nesnev, ube nogoloko omhlophe, ube negoloko obovu. Right? Ugaye umqombothi, please try and make umqombothi. Umqombothi is ubalekile ngalendlela, because even if awuna ugoloko obovu, but umqombothi will do the things. Right? So ube na umqombothi, goloko, fruit. You don't always have to do a chicken. I don't know, like especially isithunywa and iDlozi actually nalo doesn't always require blood, doesn't require slwane all the time, yabo. So you can just have ukudla, amakhekhe, amafruity, amamafini, mascones, what else? Yeah, isnefu, amafruity, amakhekhe, amamafini, amasconzi, koloko, umbothi. All right, guys, you know what? Mina ngilapha abantu of all backgrounds. Ngilapha abantu that isimo somnotho sisancenga, ngilapha abantu abanemali. Ayizwa? So I tell them the same thing. Just because uthenga ibelvet yami kufunakala ugoloko omhlophe doesn't mean your ancestors are going to do more for you. Doesn't mean your ancestors are going to get all excited. Abanandaba. Mothanda ukuthenga iBelvedere for igoloko mhlophe or iSiroc for igoloko mhlophe. Iwena nephakethe lakho uyasithandela. You're doing it for yourself. Ukuthi okay because you bad and bougie. Yabo? If you bad and bougie and ufuna wena ngoba uthanda into eziphezulu ukuthi ubathengele iBelvedere or Siroc kulungile okwakho lokho. Mina ngingifuna iSmirnoff 1818. Ugoloko bovu. If uthanda ukuthenga iHennessy, that's your own pocket again. If ufuna ukuthenga iRemy Martin for ugoloko bovu, that's your own pocket again. If ufuna Jack Daniels, iphakethe lakho. But it's not mandatory. I've seen abantu lana umuntu post ukuthi uyamanzini uthenga Jack Daniels, Hennessy, like all the hey, champagne ngekhohlwa yona, champagne angene eDlozini. iDlozi aliyazi champagne, aliyazi, khohlwa nje champagne. Yabo, ukhohlwe njengento engekho ukuthi nje champagne does not exist. Mina, just a background, I've worked with brands like ama-brands lama brands lawo lotshwala obubiza, I've worked with them. I've done stuff with them. Yabo, I've worked with brands for years. Kodwa nje mangase ngithi namhlanje ngiyafona ngifonela a certain friend, yabo, ngithi mhlawumbe umuntu angangisebenza colleague angisebenza naye, ngithi hey ungakwazi ungitholela ikesi yalento, bengayithola. But it doesn't matter. iDlozi alinandaba nalezo zinto. Into zenu lezo niyithandelela yona. Because ngiyibona abantu even umuntu membathiso ephothula igobongo rephothula umcako rephothula umngoma and then umbathisa ugobela ngekesi le verve. No guys, like ithina siyithandelayo leyo nto. iDlozi alinandaba naleyo nto leyo. So inikhuleke ningacindezeleki nitshela ukuthi into zeni ngeke ilunge ngoba khona ogobela lana abathanda izinto. Guys, mina industry abengidila nayo i-industry into ephezulu eziphakeme, but angikaze ngifune umuntu leyo nto emsam because I know ukuthi iDlozi alinandaba leyo nto. Mengase ngifuna leyo nto ngabe ukuthanda kwami ngoba mina hayi ngisho umakhosi uthande ezuthandiwe. Imina ngifuna leyo nto, not ukuthi iDlozi lifuna leyo nto. What is this is isiziba ne ukuphahla while you're on your periods, please save the video. I need to show my friends this video. Okay, no, I'll save it. Okay, so yeah, menyo phahla with ogoloko and so forth, right? Near isibeni. Let me first explain indaba yesiba, right? Isiziba is like a dam, right? Amanzi lawa angahambi lawo. So it's like a dam, but it's not necessarily a dam. It's literally a body of water. It's a body of water, emile. It's literally similar to if you can think of a dam, then it's siba. That's what really siba is. Amanzi amile, right? And then gubumfula amanzi ahambayo. So sometimes you go to a healer or utshela prophet ethi udinga ukuya esibeni amanzi amile lawo. Yes, so khona izinto edinga ukuthi zilunge emanzini amile, and then khona izinye izinto okuthiwa kudingala amanzi ahambayo. Amanzi ahambayo can be umfula or it can be ulwandle, because lawo manzi lawo you never get the same water. Yebo lento ahleze eflowa. Yebo lento. So that's why you need to also understand the different waters and the purpose of those waters. Another thing is siba, another way to explain it. If you go to a waterfall, right? In Popoma, if you go to a waterfall, angithi the waterfall isha man's pants, right? Then kona manzi, there's like a body of water lapo amile that's not moving. That is siba. It's water like that, right? That is siba. So let me just quickly answer this question. Thank you. What is it? Okay, still to avoid phahla while you're on your periods. Yes, please do not phahla if you're on your periods as a woman. Phahla on your periods, because it's a time in your life where you're unclean. So then masusuqedile, right? Masusuqedile your periods. Then you ugeza ngesqunga in order to cleanse the fact that ubu unclean, and then you can continue to phahla, right? So when you're at the waters, now going back to this, right? Uyophahla emanzini. The day before you go to the waters, right? Uyabika. You just pray. You don't have to light your candles, nothing. Togoz. When you the day before uyemanzini, ukhuleke, right? And let your ancestors know. If you as a family niyakwazi ukuthi ni kube khona umuntu ozoshisa imphepho abazise ukuthi we are going to indawo ethile, then please do that as well. If utwasa or umuntu onabadala and you know umsamu, izinto zasekhaya zinjani, then you can ushisa imphepho ubabikele uthi uye emanzini ucela bakuhlahlela indlela emhlophe. Right? And then following day, please don't go in the evening emanzini. Don't do that. That's dangerous for a variety of reasons, unless uhanjiswa umuntu oyihila, umlaphi, igqirha, whatever, sangoma, whatever you want to call it. Unless uhanjiswa hila, don't go to amanzi ebusuku. In the evening, it's a no-no. If you're going with the healer, then usually 6 and afternoon or whatever, late afternoon after 6, good right. But if you're going in jail, it's you, a family member, whatever the case may be, always go in the morning. Yabo? It's kati. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 in the morning. Anything after that, guys, in your dlale manzini, go swimming pool. Skati, samatongo, moye manzini. 3, 4, 5, latest is 6. That's when you go to waters. Alright. During the day, nyodlala. Unless you're going with the healer, nyodlala. You don't just you don't go during the day. Yabo. So go to swimming pool, so don't go. So when you get to the waters, right? You place your candles. Right. You place your candles. Try to do this order. It's white in the middle, then yellow next to it. So white and yellow in the middle. And then you put next to the white, put your blue. Next to the yellow, put your green. And then you can put the other colors. But try and place it like that. Right? Once you've placed your candles, make sure you also have imali mhlophe. So have like 2 1 rands or 2 2 rands, whatever the case may be. Imali mhlophe though. Okay. The first 1 rand or 2 rand or whatever is for inyogaya lapo, because every single body of water has iDlozi elivele lihlalele khona. So vele nje lihlalele khona lelo dlozi, so make sure to respect it and to let it allow you to do what you need to do there. So show it its due respect. So what you do is you place everything accordingly phansi. Amakhandle lakho, make sure you also have a cup, inkomishi, and then undlale nje izinto zakho kahle phansi, right? Then you go to the water. Ukhulume uthi bo gogo nomkhulu bala imanzini. Ngimina usibanibani, right? Ngizowenza umsebenzi. Ngicela ningivulele, ningamkele emanzini. Ningafiki kambi. Ngicela indlela yokwenzela abantu bakithi into abayicelile, right? So you communicate that. Bese uthi ngale mali emhlophe ngiyakhanyisa, ngicela ningivulele indlela, uphose imali emhlophe. Once usuyiphosile, then ukha ngenkomishi yakho ukha amanzi, all right, lapho in that water. And then you take that water uzoyibeka phambi kwamakhandle lakho. Then uthatha ke the second 1 rand or 2 rand or whatever, uyifaka phakathi enkomishini, right? And then bese ulayitha ibani zakho. When you light your candles, start with the yellow, then the white, then the other colors. Ogogo mkhulu, or if you know unamakhehla, qala ngalele elamakhehla, ugreen, and then ublue bogogo. All right? You light your candles. Okay, when you're done lighting your candles, if ukwazi ukushisa imphepho, if you know you're allowed to ushisa imphepho, then ushisa nemphepho yakho, right? Bese uyababiza abadala bakini bonke. If, and I'm stressing this, if guys niyazi ukuthi ubaba nomama bashadanga, right? If you know baba nomama bashadanga, cela ungalibizi ithongo laka baba, because you're gonna create chaos in your life, right? If wazi ukuthi unedlozi laka baba, there's a way for idlozi lakho laka baba to work with idlozi laka mama. Mekuthi abashadanga, but there's a process to it, right? And that is a whole nother conversation that I would need to have with the person privately, because I have that. I have umuntu wagamakhanya within my stable of ancestors, right? And in njoba ngina umuntu wagamakhanya, I had to do certain things to make the person allowed to sit, you know, with my ancestors and asebenze nabo khona la isigodlweni sakogatsheni ngoba sakandlovu isigodlo lana, right? So I had to unite them, let them work together, and there are processes to that. But if abazali bengashadanga, do not, and I repeat, ungalinge uzubabizi amathongo akababa, because your most powerful tongo idlozi eli powerful laka mama, right? And in njoba li powerfully, it's also very territorial. So linomona and li create umbango ukuthi no, why ubiza lesibongo lesi? Lesibongo lesi asisidingi. And then what you're trying to achieve does not get achieved. So stay away from leso sibongo until you've sorted things out accordingly. All right. So if gababa abaklawulanga, they didn't do certain things, then ungasibizi leso sibongo. Bizi ithongo laka mama. So nisemanzini nibiza amathongo, right? Nibiza amathongo aka mama, all right? Nibiza ingelosi, nibiza ithunywa. Sizo ama niqale ngedlozi, nibiza idlozi, bese nibiza ithunywa. Mabahlangana. And then you state your case on why you at the water. Yes, Gogo. Yes. So when you're at the water, ne, and you're calling on everybody, I'm imphepho layithiwe, makhandla layithiwe. These are your ancestors. State your case ukuthi why you at the water is ukhulume yonke into, khuluma ingaphakathi lakho. Izinto ozoyicela nani ubatshela ukuthi uzobaphakela ukudla kwabo. All right? Nazi into zabo uyiphethe, everything that you need to say it. And then bese uyakhuleka, right? Uthandaze, speak all you need to speak in your prayer. Ubacela ukuthi ingelosi yakho ucela mayihlangane nedlozi lakho ukwazi ukuthi umsebenzi ulekeleleke. Yes. So you unite your ancestors with your isthunywa, with ingelosi, right? Unite them. When you're done with praying, right? Then you tell them, right? Ukuthi qala ngesnevu. Nansi uBogogo nomkhulu ugwayi wenu cela ukuthi manibheme. And then you pouring a shower where you're praying right now, right? Uyakha uyathela. Naku uma kuthi nomqombothi, naku utshwala benu ngicela bogogo nomkhulu, bokhokho nokhokhokazi maniphuze, pour it. Then ulandelisa ngogoloko ugoloko mhlophe. Same thing. Bogogo nomkhulu, bokhokho nokhokhokazi, makhehlazi ngicela ukuthi manihlangane nantu utshwala benu maniphuze ugoloko benu obumhlophe, goloko ubovu. You do that, and then when you're done with that, angithi amafruthi uyawasika amafruit akho into halves or in quarters, whatever, right? You cut your fruits, and then uthatha have sweets or sweetie namaships, because fanele uphakele namathongo ayingane, because the khona ingane ezayishona izisu esayiphuphuma and so forth, the miscarriages, all those things. So you want to feed those children as well. Ubacele nabo ukuthi babi ithongo elihle empilweni yakho, right? So when you're done with where you were kneeling and praying and communicating, uye emanzini, right? Uthatha lenkomishi enemali emhlophe ubiza abadala ukuthi nansi ki imali emhlophe engizonikhanyisela ngayo. Ngicela ke ukuthi ningamkele lo msebenzi engiwenza la emanzini. Ngicela nyamkele yonke into engiyenzile mekuthi khona la ngiphambuke khona nifike nizokhuluma kahle kumina. Ningafiki kambi. Yebo, ubacele nisithobe. Also make sure ukuthi while you at the waters enhloko shuqulile uthwele. Yabo? You respecting your people. La emahlombe umbozile, man or woman, it doesn't matter. eDlozini akukhuluma indaba yegender, khuluma inhlonipho. Uyamboza la emahlombe. Mekuthi unojazi kabantu abanojazi ugqoka ojazi beni. Okay? So, when you at the waters angithi suyiphosile imali wacela ukuthi uhlahleleke indlela emhlophe mabakwamkele everything you needed to communicate. Then you start with your fruit. Nakho ukudla kwenu ama-fruit. Ngicela ukuthi izitshalo ngicela ukuthi manidle nithokoze bogogo nomkhulu. Nina bomakhehlakazi, nina bomakhehla, nina bokhokho nokhokhokazi. Nina nginazi ngamagama nanganazi. Ngicela ukuthi manibumbane nidle nithokoze ngami la. Jikjela ukudla kwakho emanzini. Uphose amakhekhe. Mosho nje even feed the kids usho ukuthi nabantwana ngicela ukuthi mabadle nabo osweet you call osweet ngolimi lenu. Speak it in your language osweet love in bash. Unaba mabadle nabantwana uvula ama-sheeps, tell ama-sheeps nje phose everything that is food. Nanka amakhekhe, nanka amascones ogogo ababethanda ukudla. Yabo? Accommodate usho ukhuluma yonke into. Then uthatha ke snev, do the same thing. You speak, you call your ancestors mababheme, and then umqombothi phose phakathi emanzini maniphuze. You don't pour everything out when it comes to the alcohol. Yabo, juice net drink, same thing, pour it out. Not everything. Yes, because you still need to go endlini and do a similar thing endlini. All right? So you're pouring, uyakhuluma, you're feeding them. Goloko mhlophe, umqombothi, goloko bovu, everything you're pouring. When you're done, uyabatshela sisiyasuka ke la. Angithi awacishile njalo amakhandlela akho. Sisiyasuka la sisiyendlini. Ngicela ukuthi manihambe nami, right? Uthatha amakhandlela akho, right? Uwacishe. Isinqa samakhandlela, oh, Jesus. So the bum of the candle, this pot, by the way, granadilla is always like ancestors, izalukwazi love this stuff. Isinqa, so this part of the candle, right? That part of the candle, uyithatha wonke lamakhandlela, uwathi dip emanzini, right? Isinqa sawo, not the whole candle where you light it, just like the half, uyifake phakathi, right? Ubatshela ukuthi mathonga amahle, ngicela ukuthi maniqoqane la nonke siyahamba sisendlini. Right? Ngicela ukuthi manihambe nami. Nihambe nifike endlini. Right? Mase nifike endlini nibike. Light amakhandlela akho nibike sesifikile ke ekhaya. And then you communicate whatever you want to communicate through your prayer, and ukushisa imphepho yakho mokuthi you allowed ukushisa imphepho. And then once you're done communicating everything, again, umqombo uyisnev, qale ngesnev, bogogo nomkhulu, bemani, you communicate everything you need to communicate with the snev. Bese ulandelisa umqombothi, ulandelisa ogoloko mhlophe, ulandelisa ngogoloko bovu. Right? Uthele drink phansi, uthele drink juice phansi. Yabo? You pour these things on the floor. You don't need to pour it in a cup. iDlozi aliphuzi ngenkomisho ahlali libe sipsiphi enkomishini, no. Uthela phansi. Because usuku accommodate la bona, bayazi bona ukubenze njani. But uthela phansi. That is the correct way yokuphahla. And then njalo ebusuku before ulale ulayitha le ibani zakho. Njalo ekseni before you do anything ulayitha ibani zakho. That uzoyibona umehluko empilweni yakho. And always place imali emhlophe emsam next to those candles. Uyibike the first time uyibeka imali emhlophe uyibike. Yabo, the chances of you going broke like ube nje broke mancane amathuba. If you do this accordingly and ukwazi ukuyihlonipha imithetho yakhona. Okay, let me answer this question before I continue. Stupid. My parents are married by court but not finished with marriage. Is this still applicable to not calling? Yes, it's still applicable. You can't call your dad's side unless kwathelwa inyongo. Into ekhulumayo inyongo. So because they are not married traditionally, you can't call your dad's side until because if you need your dad's side ngwesimo sedlozi, then there are steps that you need to take in order for your mother's side and your dad's side to be combined and work together when it comes to isimo sakho sedlozi. Then that's what you do. Other than that, stay away from the surname because ikafana inhlanhla eningi izoqhamuka kamama anyway. Abakamama nje inhlanhla eziningi ziqhamuka kubona because nzala abantu. Yabo? Yeah. So indlela ke leyo yokuphahla, biggest thing, always understand why you are going to particular waters. I've seen this habit of abantu abathanda ukugeza abantu empophomeni. Impophoma is not necessarily ukugeza nokulahla izilwane and all of that. If you see the cleanliness of impophoma is for uqaqa inhlanhla, yokuvula imali, yokuvula umsebenzi, like literally for things you are requesting for. Impophoma ivula lezo zimo lezo. Yabo? So understand amanzi ukuthi njoba ngempophomeni, why am I going to impophoma? Njoba ngelwandle, why ngelwandle? Njoba esibeni, why ngesibeni? If emgedeni as well, when you go to a cave, because there are people that require you to do things in the cave. Why am I going to a cave? Understand your people, understand your language, your ancestral language. I think you wanted me to add you, but understand your ancestral language. Izinto zakho zizokhanya. You don't do things for umakhosithanda. Yabo? Senzela idlozi lakho. This is about your itongo. Yabo? In everything that you do, understand idlozi lakho, because ilona elibalekile. Uthandi, umakhosithanda, she's the living vessel that helps pull the things that iDlozi needs and shows you the direction in order to be able to ujabulisa uthokozisa idlozi lakho. But everything ilele edlozini lakho. So that's why you need to understand the love language yedlozi lakho and understand the communication language. This is how it communicates. Idlozi lakho, so that izinto zenu zizokhanya. Ngeke zizekhanya until you understand that, and understand that you're not coming to do izinto for idlozi. Mina, I've done izinto for idlozi lami. I've done izinto for idlozi lami, and I continue to do izinto for idlozi lami. It's about idlozi lakho, but you need to understand imthetho and understand ukuthi njoba ngikutshela kanje why. So ask why. A person that is within their power, onganankinga namandla akhe, and understands their role, will not be offended by you asking a question. That person will accept your question and teach you. I think a lot of okobela manje bajabulela ukuthi banabantu abathwasayo, bajabulela ukuthi bathole imali when they heal, without actually helping the person understand their journey. When you help a person understand their journey, then it's easy for that person ukuthi naye mephupha amadlozi akhe embuza imbuzo, because there are people honestly that have ancestors that ask questions. Why are you doing this? Why is it like this? You need to be able to literally explain. Uchazele khona idlozi lakho lizosho ukuthi, oh no, uright lo muntu okwenzisayo, but ngicela ukuthi enze le adjustment leni. Yabo? So those things are possible, but understand idlozi lakho and be able to abide imthetho yasethongweni or that healer that you go to. Mina, when you come to me and you come from another healer, I don't care about what that healer does. What I care about is what I do, and I tell you this is a way forward. You accept that or you don't, but mina ngiyazi ukuthi this is how I help your ithongo lakho, idlozi lakho, so that izokwazi ukuthi liphumelele, likwazi lezi zinto elifisayo ukuyi-communicate communicate. But we need to understand imthetho, because there's a reason why igodlo negodlo zinemthetho, and there's a reason why you ube ephehlweni, or you go to a healer in order to understand how to interpret izinto eyifuna idlozi lakho. Yebo lento. So when you do that, then izinto ihamba ngendlela. But also, guys, please ngicela nihlanganise nani a little bit of your sensibilities. Siyayithanda izinto zabantu, and ogobela are getting younger and younger and younger and younger. Khona izinye izinto ezoba just our immaturities and our demands because sithanda izinto. Understand that. Yabo? Because if it doesn't make idlozi lakho happy, uwena oba nenkinga. And mina, I need to tell you, okay, njoba wenza lokhu ke, this is for me. Or in fact, I don't even need to tell you. There's certain things ozobona ukuthi no, this is for umakhosi shame, and that's okay as well. Ayikho inkinga, but we must nathi. I think we have a problem ukuthi we act like this is the standard when it's not the standard. It's just that this is what we want ey'godlweni zethu. Yabo, uthola ukuthi umakhosi uthize ufuna champagne. That's what they want in isigodlo sakhe. Not because it's something that's mandatory. Ufuna ke because vele mo adwenza izinto, you do say thank you. So if they want you to say thank you through champagne, that's fine. But not because champagne le ayifunile kuwena iyona ephakamisa idlozi lakho, no. Into ephakamisa idlozi lakho ilezi zinto lezi zakudala. Gologobovu, ma Viceroy, yini lendi, Mattel or some brand like that. Khona lama nginamagoza, not necessarily. Let me save this live, mkhulu, and then I'll do a Q&A just now. So yeah, so you need to understand those things. Ugut, okay, this is what's happening. You know, ilezi into engiyithengayo is for idlozi, and this is just for the person. Into ezidlozi, into ezikudala, osimino for 1818, omathalabo, o Viceroy, and so forth and so forth. And also, guys, isnefu, please try and buy isnefu lesi that is esenziwo and isnefu sangempela leso lesdayise itolo, like lesi singathi si black. That's not, it is, but it's not. Isnefu sangempela yilesi esenziwayo, lesi esigawayo esinenhlaba, like esinothamboti, those things. That is isnefu sangempela. And that will communicate to your ancestor. Now more bema uzugule. These other things make you sick. No, man. But anyway, thokozani bogogo nomkhulu, kube kuhle, kube mhlophe. I will hold a Q&A session in a few, but alake masifundeni ukuphahla, sifundeni ukwenza izinto ngendlela right. Manthokoze.